We have made it to the last workout of the week of this deload. You already know it is deadlifts, and I'm going to be using around 60% for a 5x5, and in my mind I'm gonna visualize it as like 25 singles. So I'm going to be doing sets of 5, but I'm really going to focus on making each rep identical to a max effort rep as far as how tight I stay throughout the movement, the setup, everything. So that is that. Real quick before we get into this workout, I want to give a shout out to Montana Weaver. That's a dope name, by the way. But this guy left a comment on one of my previous videos, and he left it last night, and it absolutely made my night, and it just picked me up and motivated me and inspired me like beyond words. I can't even describe. I was like jumping up and down like a kid at Christmas. It was crazy. And in short, he just said, "Thank you, you motivate me." And that just means so much to me. And you know, when motivation, you can give it and receive it, it's phenomenal. And it's so encouraging. It makes me so happy that you would take the time to watch these videos and take them to heart, and apply some of the things that I've shared with you guys to the gym, to your day-to-day life, and you know, just use what I say, use the seeds that I'm throwing at you guys, and plant them, and you know, be who you want to be. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it just uplifted me so much. So never take for granted the power that you have. Never take it for granted, because what may just be a thank you or a compliment or a kind word to you, to the right person, it echoes. It's so much more. It takes you 5 seconds, but it may really encourage them for a lifetime. So know the power that you have with your words, and use that power to do good in all that you do. Anyways, I'm gonna go knock this workout out, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, rocking the hard work dedication hat. Just wanted to go over the workout real quick and let you know what was going on in my mind with the weight that I used, and also the exercise choices that I used. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Last workout of the week, stoked, deload pull. So I did 60% of my 1 rep max with a 5x5 rep scheme. I figured that was enough reps to, within 5 sets, give me the volume that I wanted to really drill the motor pattern, but also a weight light enough where I could focus on the motor pattern and focus on the correct form that I need to use when I'm pulling maximal weight. So anyways, 315 for my 5x5, and I switched from sumo to conventional, which felt amazing. The weight literally felt weightless. I don't know why it just felt so amazing to pull conventional. it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks since I pulled conventional. Everything that I've been doing has been sumo. So I think just going back to conventional, which is what I grew up doing. Now, I didn't grow up pulling sumo, so that's something that's fairly new. Just felt good. I felt so strong. Granted, I was only working with 60%, which is very, very light compared to your maximal weights, but 315 conventional actually felt better than it usually does sumo. So I think over the next few weeks, I'm actually going to stick with conventional and see if I can meet my level of strength, if not surpass it, on the sumo. So anyways, those are just thoughts and feels going on in my head. After my 5x5 deload deadlift, I went into a super lightweight bent over row. And instead of having my torso at like 45 degrees in rowing, I really got over, and it was more of like a flat back parallel to the ground, 90 degrees, if you will, with my torso. And that's the way I'm going to start doing my bent over rows. Just watched too many things about how that's going to have the most carryover. And of course, it's much more fun to stand almost upright and row a ridiculous amount of weight. I'm guilty of it. I've even posted a video rowing 315, but I think I'm going to have the most benefit and most strength gains from handling a lighter weight with, I guess you could say, more correct form. But I would go as far as saying it's not that the form is more correct, it's just more conducive to my ultimate goal, my ultimate gains. Anyways, which leads me to a point that I want to make real quick, because I was thinking, you know, what is the motivation, what is the thought process, how do you make sense of a deload and not make it like a wasted week? And I think it's something that you need. I think your body needs it. I think your muscles need it. I think your central nervous system needs a slight break from max efforts, just consistently. So you know, in my mind, I was thinking, how could I explain this in a way that would make sense? And I came up with one that sounded good when it was in my head. So we'll see if it sounds as good coming out of my mouth. It's like Christmas, okay? Christmas, especially as a child, or even for me now, you're so excited, and if you look at a child, the gifts that he or she loves the most are the big, flashy, colorful toys, or you know, something that you can play with. You know, the socks, the underwear, the shirts, the sweatpants, all that stuff kind of gets thrown to the side because it's like not fun, it's not cool, right? Going into the gym and lifting at 60% is not cool. You know, whatever the case may be, it's just not cool. Like, no one's gonna, you know, be looking out of the corner of their eye at you lifting 60%. They're gonna think you're just extremely weak. And you have to humble yourself and get over that. So set your ego aside and know that you are getting what you need in order to do what you want. So those toys and bikes and basketball goals and everything that you get as a present is great. And everything that you throw to the side, you know, your clothes, that's something that you need in order to enjoy what you want. I mean, I guess you could go out and play basketball without clothes on, but it's not really practical. You get what I'm saying? So, I think the deload is something that you need. It's not cool. It may not be what you want, but it's a necessary piece of the puzzle. So that the week after, you can go in and set a PR. You can go lift maximal weight and have everybody in the gym looking if that's what you want, whatever. But the deload is like a humbling week. It's a humbling process that needs to be taken just as serious as your max effort lifts. So you should get just as psyched up, if you will, just as focused, that's a better word, just as focused as you do for your max effort lifts, because the form that you use with that 60% needs to be the same form you use for 90% and above. The form, it should all look the same, the setup, everything. So your deload is really practice, practice, practice. Your deload is hitting off of a tee. Your max effort days, it's game time. You know, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, tie ball game. That's your max effort days. But the way you get a hit in that situation and not strike out is the practice. It's what you did beforehand that sets you up for success. So with the deload, that is your practice, that is your setup for something greater. Don't take it lightly, because that's when you can really get your training in, if you will. The max effort is I don't want to say testing, but that's when you can use your skills and piece everything together. Anyways, after the bent over rows, I went into rear delt flies supersetted with dumbbell curls for 2 sets, and then rear delt flies supersetted with seated shrugs for 2 sets. And the reason I superset rear delts with anything else is because I'm already just sitting down, and 8 to 12 reps of rear delts doesn't just burn me out. So just instead of being done with that set, I just go ahead and do some curls or do some shrugs or do some lateral raises, whatever. Totally optional, but it's a good way to get a little extra work. And that extra work, as you guys know, I believe, adds up over time. So anyways, not gonna hold you for long. I just wanted to get some thoughts out, let you know what was going on with my deload week. And with all that being said, I'm so excited and I'm so happy that it's over. I'm glad it was a very positive week. Every lift, every single lift, bench, squat, and deadlift, the big 3, and even all my other accessory moves felt phenomenal. They felt so light. So I really feel like going into, I guess, week 1 after the deload, that I'm fully prepared and ready and capable of setting new PRs. So we'll see how the week goes. I'll be sure to bring you guys with me. So looking for new PRs this week, building off of the deload. So that's why I think the deload is so important, because it's really going to give your body, your mind, and everything a chance to get ready for the next 3 weeks that are to come. Anyways, that's all I got for today. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.